Hello and welcome to Pioneering Spirit, a product of Lufthansa. Now in its third season, the series continues to be a celebration of success and a tribute to the spirit of entrepreneurship. Every week, members of India Inc. join us here on the show to talk to us about their stories of how they've made their business so unique and successful with passion and nurtured talent. This is where pioneers of today select the pioneers of tomorrow. My guest today in the Lufthansa First Class Lounge is a man who's been one of the key players in the growth of the Indian IT sector. A man who has sown the seeds of information technology and education here in the country. He's a member of the Prime Minister's National Council on Skill Development and has in the past served on the PM's National Task Force commissioned to develop India into a technology superpower. Our guest today has also been awarded the country's prestigious civilian honor, the Padma Bhushan, by the President of India in 2011. Please welcome on the show the chairman and co-founder of the NIIT Group, Rajendra Pawar.
We watch the stars grow brighter.
You are a writer, you love reading, and you're a real movie buff. All of this reflects creativity. At what stage of your life did creativity meet computers?
Well, in some ways, some part of it would have been there perhaps at all times, but in IIT it was the first exposure to computers. But those were computers behind the glass wall. We had to put in our papers and get the deck of cards. And it's only much later, few years later, that we started getting our fingers and hands onto computers. So it's in the 70s.
But you know, in the 70s, was it a bit scary, the whole concept of a computer? I know we were building supercomputers across the world for a very, very specific purpose. You know, we were thinking defense, aeronautics, and so on. The touch and feel of it being a consumer product was far from close.
Well, it wasn't really a consumer product in the 70s, and even when I was involved with the launch of India's first commercial microcomputer in 1977, it was aimed at companies. But we pegged it at less than a lakh of rupees at that time, around that price. So we were trying to break the notion that this is a product which is outside the reach of an average business, for example. The commercialization was much more a product of the 80s. And that's the time we started inviting young people to start looking at this as a career. And so we had to set up the centers, set up the computer laboratories, and then that is when people started getting their hands.
But what intrigued you about a computer? You know, you could have well chosen to be a different kind of an entrepreneur. You could have gone ahead and said, okay, I'll just do education. Why did you select computers as your mainstay?
It was actually at that time quite obvious that the computer as a product had arrived. On the other side, there weren't people who were trained on how to run a computer. So we saw a big gap between the computer and what would happen with it. And that's how we thought of putting together something which will bring people and computers together. So that was the idea.
So how does, NIIT's education differentiate itself? I mean, one would say that education without values is not quite learning. So where do you bring in the value systems, and how do you try and put together what would be the philosophy of Rajendra Pawar out there to reach its very customer?
Well, when we started out with a subject like IT, it was a very technical, specific subject. But over the years, we were introducing new areas, which you can perhaps call as values of professionalism versus moral values. That was not really within our scope. But we introduced, for example, quality as a subject. That actually was the first area where we had to spread the content to say commitment, professionalism, being ethical in your job. So quality was the first area which got us to open the subject beyond programming and so on and so forth.
Was this a part of your big dream to make it more accessible, and that was something where you actually merge your experience in technology and in education?
Well, it will be fair to say that this was not on our mind in the 80s, for sure. But when NIIT was about 10 years old and we were beginning to do a one-year program, we were concerned that if we keep extending it, it will become 3 years and then it will be like a degree. So the seeds of a university idea were sown somewhere in the mid-90s, but it took us another 10 years of active thinking, but at a slow pace, to cook this idea. So now the university actually, these questions are very relevant. It's not just values. It's personality, it's language, it's skills, it's
an exposure.
attitude. So
absolutely. If you hadn't been who you are today, what other profession would you have liked to chase?
Well, I would have liked to be a singer, I think, maybe.
You know, I'm almost tempted to ask you to sing on the show. Maybe I'll allow the entrepreneurs to come here and then give you a better audience than we have so far. Our viewers and our young entrepreneurs. They're going to be joining Mr. Rajendra Pawar right here. While the two of us move to the other side of the lounge, these three young entrepreneurs will come down with their businesses and ideas and seek his guidance in taking their businesses forward. Scale up and think big. We'll be back after a very short break. You're watching Pioneering Spirit, a product of Lufthansa.